Hey there guys, welcome to the next video here on the channel. I got a whole bunch of new tapes to show you in this video. I'm going to show you a few of the new ones here as well as the new Pastel tapes which came out fairly recently. So let's get started here on showing off a whole bunch of new tapes that Duck Brand has come out with over the past few months. We'll start off with a tape that I was finally able to get my hands on after a long time of searching. This is the Angry Birds duct tape, and of course, as you can see, you probably have this by now because it's been out for probably a few months now. It's got a whole bunch of the Angry Birds on it. It's got a really interesting kind of silver background. It's not quite as bright as the chrome tape, but it's definitely a lot shinier than the regular gray tape that Duck Brand has. And as you can see, it has a whole bunch of all the different birds on there from Angry Birds. There are no pigs on it as far as I know, and I was able to find this at Staples, and my local AC Moore finally got it in, and it's approximately $6 a roll. It does come in 10 yards just like the other Duck Brand printed tapes, and that's the Angry Birds that I was finally able to show you guys. The next two that I want to show you came out more recently. This is kind of like a flower power kind of tape here. I'll show you guys what the front looks like first. Just says duct tape, of course, 10-yard rolls, just like pretty much what I'm going to be showing you in this entire video, and it gives you a preview of the roll. I really like this one because not only is it really colorful, but there's a lot of black border lines in between the images, in between a lot of the flowers, a lot of different colors in there, and it kind of gives the impression that it's kind of like a stencil design, even though this is actually just a print of the tape, of course. And it looks like definitely a fun design that you can decorate with. Very colorful, as I said. I just can't get over how many different colors are in this place, or in this roll here. I don't think you can line it up. You might be able to, but from going around, actually, you know what, you probably might be able to line this up if you try, but even if it doesn't line up, it's probably going to blend together pretty well because there's just so many different colors on this roll here. So I was able to find these at my local AC Moore, and it's kind of like a flower tape, a whole bunch of different patterns of flowers on there. Here's another one that just recently came out. This one's kind of like a picnic theme. It has a whole bunch of cherries on there. And this one kind of reminds me of Pac-Man for some reason, because like the Pac-Man game, the double cherry would pop up every now and then, and the Pac-Man could eat it. That's kind of what it reminds me of, but I think it is definitely more of a picnic theme. It's got a whole bunch of those cherries, as you can see, on kind of like a checker pattern here, kind of like how a picnic blanket would be. So very cool pattern, probably not too hard to line up because there's cherries all over the place, and you could definitely make a cool Pac-Man themed wallet, I think, with this tape. And I was able to find this at AC Moore, and they sell their tape for approximately $3.50 a roll, probably closer to $4, depending on if you use a coupon or not. And that's the next tape I wanted to show you there. There is also a sheep tape out. It has a whole bunch of different sheep on it, and they didn't actually have that at my local AC Moore, but I'll be trying to get that soon, and that's the third one that they came out when they came out with these two at the same time. So now let's move on to the Pastel tapes. So here are the 4 new Pastel tapes that have come out really recently from Duck Brand, and these are really exciting. Why? Because Duck Brand hasn't come out with a solid color duct tape that was brand new in a very, very long time. I can't even remember the last solid color that came out. It might have been electric blue, and that was a couple years ago, or something along those lines. I can't remember, it was so long ago. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare them to pretty much the color that they're based off of here. You've got the blue, the yellow, the purple, and the pink. We'll start off with the blue pastel first. As you can tell, it's a much lighter blue, kind of like a baby blue, and it's definitely a lot lighter than the electric blues you can see here, and that's a very cool color. Each of them do have a preview of the color of the roll here, and of course a whole bunch of little flowers, and kind of signifies that it's a pastel tape. They do come in 10 yards, and most of the solid color Duck Brand rolls come in 20 yards, so that's a little bit of a difference there, so just keep that in mind. So that's the blue. Here's the yellow, and this is kind of a really, really pale yellow. It's definitely a lot paler than the highlighter yellow, as you can see here. This is the traditional yellow. This isn't highlighter, but you can tell it's definitely a lot paler, and it's very cool that it's typically that pale. It'll open a lot of different possibilities when you're trying to come up with a color scheme for that. So here's the light new pastel purple. Here's the dark purple that we have. A huge difference on this one, as you can see on there. And the colors might not be exact because I'm showing it to you on my camera, but you'll have to see these in person to see how well they look for you. But you can definitely tell there's a major color difference between these two, and that'll definitely open a lot of possibilities with that color. So put these back the way they're supposed to be here. A little off, but that's okay. Here's the pink, of course, the flamingo pink, which is pretty much the only solid color we have from Duck Brand, and here's the new pastel pink. Big difference once again, just like the purple. You can probably use these for a little bit of skin tone. A lot of the characters' lips that I probably use, I typically use the hot pink here, but I can probably start using the pastel here because it'll probably work out a lot better for skin tone and for lips and stuff like that. So those are the new pastel tapes. I'll switch them to the front here so you can see them once again. These were found at AC Moore as well, and I have a feeling a bunch of other stores are going to start to get them in because they are solid tapes after all, and they are 10 yards. So I got these at AC Moore for a little over $3.50 a roll, somewhere around there. Try to use a coupon whenever you're going to your local craft stores, and you'll be able to pick up these tapes for a little bit cheaper than you normally would. So that's going to wrap up this video showing the really old Angry Birds tape, the flower tape, the cherry tape, as well as the 4 new pastel duct tapes. Like I said, there is a sheep duct tape roll out once again, and I will be picking that up as soon as I can and showing that on the channel as well. So hopefully you guys liked the video, and check your local stores, call them to see if they have this tape before you head all the way over there. And I'll catch you next time on the channel for the time lapse tonight. Take care.